Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the Pole Position YouTube channel. In this video we are going to be discussing Mercedes and their chances heading into the first race weekend of the season. They had a not very good pre-season testing with a lot of reliability issues and both drivers ending the test not very happy in terms of the car. Red Bull on the other hand had a great pre-season testing, great reliability, got in as many laps as possible and looking good for the start of the season. So we look at Mercedes' chances. Are they on the back foot at the start of the season, and are Red Bull looking better than them? Let's find out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So yeah, there were a few issues for Mercedes over the pre-season testing. The first day at least was a real issue for them. Valtteri Bottas only managed 6 laps at the beginning in the first morning, and Lewis Hamilton struggled in the afternoon as well. Yes, there was a sandstorm in there as well, but they didn't get out as many laps as they would like. Lewis Hamilton then had a spin which saw him enter into the gravel on day 2, and day 3 was their better day, but they still only did around 113 laps on that final day. So yeah, it wasn't the best pre-season test for them. However, Red Bull had a really strong pre-season testing. The car looked as good as it's ever been. The power unit looked strong. Both drivers looked good, both topping the timesheets. Perez in the morning on day 3 and Verstappen in the afternoon on day 3. Verstappen putting in the best time of the weekend as well. So yeah, it looked really good for Red Bull, and we're looking at Mercedes. You know, are they starting on the back foot this season, and are Red Bull obviously going into the first race weekend the main contenders to win the race? In terms of what Toto Wolff said, before I give my opinion, he's actually gone on to say that actually having the issues for pre-season testing and having them issues then is great news, really, which startled a few people. But obviously when you go into it, he's basically said the best time to have issues is during the testing, because you don't want issues at the start of the season. You'd rather get the issues, find out what they are, fix them, and go into the start of the season bulletproof. Mercedes, as we normally see through the season, are that they never have any reliability issues, and they always look like they're going to finish the race, both drivers, especially Lewis Hamilton, because Bottas is usually the one that doesn't have the luck when it comes to the reliability that Mercedes do have. So Toto Wolff's gone to say, it's exciting because things that you didn't think would break down, if they do break down, you can then figure out and try and find out what they are. Obviously, like I said, Lewis Hamilton went into the gravel during day 2, said it was snappy and unforgiving in terms of the car. So there's obviously a few things that they need to do. It's not a matter of complacency, because that was talked about as well, whether they thought that because they've won so many championships now, they took their foot off the gas. He's gone to say there's a reason why there are not many teams winning world championships and doing it with consecutive championships. It's an organisation that needs to stay energised and motivated at all times, and that's not trivial. So Toto Wolff has gone on to state that they aren't complacent. They are, every year they go in with the same mindset, and it's just a complete reset about being the best team on the grid. So that hasn't changed on the job list for the next couple of weeks, because obviously it's a couple of weeks away when I'm filming this, but when the video goes out it'll be closer to the first race weekend of the season. But in this time period they want to crunch all the data, understand about what performed well and what didn't, and then we have like a correct correlation with the simulator work they've been doing as well, and obviously the wind tunnel, and just basically trying to make sure that they fix the issues that they had during the test. Whereas teams that had a great pre-season testing are going to be like, okay, that's good. They'll obviously be looking at other things that maybe weren't good, but the main stuff that we have seen over pre-season testing, say for Red Bull for example, did look good. McLaren also looked good as well. So I think Mercedes will be one of them teams that will be looking into data more, trying to understand where the issues came from, why they were having so many sort of gearbox issues, and that's take the floor off a couple of times, hence why the covers were over the garage. So yeah, it wasn't the best race or best pre-season testing for Mercedes, probably their worst in the last 3 years, I would say. But does that put them on the back foot for the first race weekend of the season? I don't think so. We know how good Mercedes can be. Like I said, the reliability is normally super strong. So I think that they'll go into the race weekend and put in a lap performance in qualifying, and everybody will go, wow, here are Mercedes again. So I don't think it will be an issue. I think Red Bull will be closer. We might see that Verstappen and Perez closer to Bottas and Hamilton during the qualifying stages, which will be great, but I'm more interested to see what their race pace is between Mercedes and Red Bull, and how close they're really going to be. Say with the bonus of DRS, for example, the track does have a couple of detection zones. I think it has 3 actually. It does have 3 in Bahrain, so that will be interesting to see, if they're that close enough, throughout the race that the DRS comes into effect as well. I know DRS isn't great, but if we can get them overtakes in the top teams, then for me it's a bonus for the time being. I want to see, when it comes to the first race weekend of the season, how close Mercedes and Red Bull are. I think it's going to be a lot closer than we actually thought it was going to be, but at the end, who knows? Mercedes could come into qualifying and put it a second ahead of Red Bull, because we don't know as fans that it has been a bit conservative for Mercedes. They haven't really shown true qualifying pace. A lot of it, when they were out on track, was just race simulations and making sure some of the aero work has been effective through the winter. So we won't properly know until the first race weekend of the season. I think Mercedes will still be there. I think people will be going in to say Red Bull are the contenders and the main ones to get pole maybe in Bahrain and win the race. I still think Mercedes are going to be there and possibly still be the ones to be on pole. Let me know your thoughts. Who's going into the first race weekend of the season as the main contenders to win the race? Who do you think it is? Is it Mercedes or is it Red Bull? I'm saying Mercedes for the time being because we know how good they are, but Red Bull would be tasty indeed. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. See you soon.